Good morning students. Today we are going to have an interactive session in Python compiler and we will see how the programs we made in functions in Python will actually run on Python. So in the earlier video I used so many examples for explaining functions. Today we will type all those functions and see how they run on Python shell. The first example I used was a simple function which took name as parameter and simply printed that name along with the message hello, that name, good morning. So you might be remembering the syntax def, take a name of the function, def function1, so and then name and colon, then indentation starts. It was having only one print statement, print hello, and then comma, the name, and then we give a message good morning. So it was a simple function, not returning anything, took one parameter and that parameter will be printed. Now we will go to, we can add so many statements within this indentation. There can be loops also here, there can be if also here, if anything with their own indentation, and if we come out of this indentation we are coming out of the function. So now we are in our main function. So now I will call this function func1, the name of the function, calling by name of the function and then passing a parameter. So it might be a name. So I pass Jyoti as parameter and now I will run it. So this is simply hello. The output is hello. Name will be replaced by the value I gave Jyoti and good morning. So this is very simple. This Jyoti, as soon as we call the function, this Jyoti is sent to name. So now variable name has a value Jyoti in it, and then I write print hello. Name is having Jyoti. It is a variable having Jyoti as a value. Hello Jyoti, good morning. So I think it is clear to you. The second function we made was taking a single value, integer value, and finding out whether it is even or odd. So we will make this now. So it was name of function. You can take some other name. If I take it as even odd, okay, and I take one number as input, colon, then now we are having if within our function. So I am calculating, I am finding out if number is divisible by 2. So it takes another indentation, print number is even, okay, and else print the number is odd. Okay, so we are not returning anything. We just took that number, find out whether it is even or odd and printed the result there only in the function. So the function ends here. So indentation also ends here. We come out of the indentation and this is, we come out of the indentation, we come to the level of the function here. Okay, and now here I will call this function. So the function name is even odd and I have to send one value. Suppose I send 5. Okay, now what will be the result? I will run the function. It may take some time according to the speed of my internet. Number is odd. So if I enter 8, the answer will be okay, the answer will come after some time. I just want to change now. Instead of giving the input as such, we take input from the user. So a is equal to int input enter a number, okay, and then we send this number to the function. Now whatever number we will say, we will take as input, we will send it and the system will tell us whether it is even or odd. So it may take some time. Re-establishing connection. Yes, it is there. Enter a number. So if I enter 4, it will print number as even. I again run it, enter a number. If I enter 9, it will say it is odd. So this is how it is taking one value as a parameter and giving me the result in the function itself. Okay, I think it is clear to you. The next program we did, it was taking the output, taking the return. So it was finding out sum of two numbers. So I make the name of the function as sum, suppose, and we are having two values, suppose a and b. So I simply take a variable sum and calculate their sum, a plus b, and as I have calculated a value, I return it to my main function from where I have come. This is the end of the function. I took two values, calculations, and then returning. Now in the main, here I will call sum and give it two values, suppose 4 and 5. Okay, now something is missing over here. As this sum will calculate the sum of 4 and 5, it will return a value. So that value returned must be caught in a variable. Whatever is returned, it must be caught in a variable. So result is equal to sum 4 comma 5. Whenever a function is returning something, it must be caught here in a variable. If it is returning a list or a string or something like, accordingly there should be a variable. Okay, so we will print it now. Print sum is equal to result. Okay, run. Sum is equal to 9. Okay, and we can, instead of making these two lines, I could sum up in one line only. Instead of taking the sum in value result and then printing this result, I could directly use a print statement here. So whatever is coming out of the function from this sum, it will be printed. So this second line will not be required. So this will give the same output. It is going slow. Okay. Next, in the same thing, we can take values from the user also. If I take a is equal to int input enter a number, then b is equal to int input enter a number, and then I say print sum a comma b. Okay, so how it goes? Enter a number, I enter 6, enter a number, I enter 9, and the result is 15. Okay, so this is how this one line is working. We can have two lines, saving the result in a variable and then printing it, or we may want to save the result and use it in some other calculation also. We may not require to print it at that time only. So this is how the functions are working. Okay, so you just go with these functions, how they are working, and then complete the assignment given to you. And when you have made those functions, then I will make those functions in front of you in the same Python compiler, so that you can find out whether you have made any mistake or you were able to find out the solution to those functions. Okay, thank you so much.